people who are going to be. Okay, there's still a lot of people who are going to be joining. So I can see Meg's not here. Okay, we'll get there. Today you'll need a block or 2 blocks, or you can use a book, something to lean onto. A belt, if you've got a belt, you can always use your nightgown belt if you haven't got a belt, and then some blankets, because we go up at the end into a shoulder balance. So if you just have a few towels even on top of one another to make it up to maximum 3 inches, that would be perfect. All right, so let us begin. Sitting on your yoga mat, bringing your soles of your feet together. Okay. So soles of the feet together, knees apart, sitting as tall as you can. You can hold into your feet. And if you're feeling very advanced, I'll keep giving options, advanced and a little bit easier. So more advanced, you can place your hands onto your knees, palms facing up, thumbs and forefingers coming together. Close your eyes and just focus on your breath. So as you inhale, I want you to push your belly out like a nice big balloon. And as you exhale, allow the navel to go towards the spine. Just focusing on your breath and setting your intentions for today's class. Nice deep breathing. So today's class is all about internal energy. Energy is generated in the center and it spreads outwards. So from the center of the body, which is at the spinal cord, the energy stretches upwards, downwards, outwards, to the left, to the right, and no tension must be held it will stop the flow of energy. So there must be perfect freedom through all the nerves to let the energy flow. A tightness and rigidity in the body reflects the same tightness and rigidity to the brain. So keep the skin firm and extended. What is covered by the skin must be soft and pliable. We waste our energy in motion and we leave none for action. So posture demands constant tension, but steady yourself from within. Kindly drop your chin down toward your chest. A little saying for today's class. Sorry, I have to organize myself. Feel the energy, live a life that causes your soul to dance inside your body. And slowly begin to open up your eyes. Draw your eyes along the floor until your chin is parallel. Bringing your palms together. Welcome to yoga, everybody. Let's take our arms up to the side. Inhale, lift up nice and tall, big stretch. And exhale all the way down. Once again, inhaling up. And exhaling down. We're going to stretch ourselves out in front of us. So like you've got little oranges in your hands, stretch out as far as you can go. Extend, extend. Roll the shoulders back and lengthen through the spine and keep walking out as far as you can possibly go. Push the knees down, feet together. I'm going to slowly start to walk over to the right side, keeping those little oranges, and try and keep the knees down. Lengthen and stretch. Obviously, anything that's too hard, you do to where you can get up to. Don't overstretch. Don't do too much. Listen to the body. Listen to the whispers and not the screams because they're too late. And let's slowly walk back to the center of the room. And let's walk over to the left. All the way. Keep extending, keep stretching. And slowly walk all the way back to the front. Walk your hands up and then place your fingertips just behind you. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Stretch back, looking up. And it's coming to all fours. So you're going to sit onto all fours. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are directly underneath the hips. In your cat, for your cat in your cow position. Fingers are spread. Flatten the back and then just look up with your eyes as you inhale. As you exhale, you can round the back as much as you can, looking at the navel. Inhale, flatten, looking up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhaling up. And exhale all the way down. Come back to the center. Place your hands, one hand set forward. Then tuck your toes and let's work into a downward facing dog. So in your down dog, just walk it up side to side. So coming up, one heel at a time. Make sure you're trying to straighten one leg at a time. You're pushing from the heel of the hands to the shoulders, from the shoulders to the buttocks, and from that buttocks, from your tailbone all the way down. Relax your head. Turn your head side to side, and up and down. And let's come up onto the toes, and then drop the heels to the floor. Nice big stretch. Stretch as much as you can, make it a nice big stretch. Then looking at your hands, we're going to walk our feet towards the hands. Trying to get your bunion bones to touch, ankles apart. Push your hips forward. If you can't touch the floor, you're welcome to place your hands onto blocks here. Okay. Or you can have your hands onto your shins. Just pushing forward with the hips. Release the head. And then slowly you place your hands into prayer position. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the spine. And slowly up you come. All the way into Tadasana. Stretch those arms up above your head. Big stretch. And slowly bring them down. So standing in Tadasana, toes together, heels apart. Let's just lift the toes and place them down one at a time. Baby, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And up onto the toes we go. Hold it there. And down you come. Beautiful. So we're going to work into Savasana. Our warnings for Savasana, obviously if you are menstruating, you have high blood pressure or neck problems, you're not going to be going up. If you don't know what it is, you're also not going to be going up. You need a wall, you work with the wall. If you've got a chair, you can work with the chair. Those who don't know what I'm talking about, I'll work with them. The rest of you go ahead, but I want you to bring in some movements. So once you've stayed up for 1 minute, imagine my legs are your, and my arms are your legs. So what you're going to work into is, it's called, I'll get it now, it's Octavista Konasana. So you're going to bring pagoda, Savasana, you bring your feet together and you bring your legs out to the side. After staying for 1 minute, then you're going to stretch up tall. Then you're going to open up the legs, pushing the feet down to the floor, coming back up. And then do one leg at a time. So you should bring down the one leg, back up. Then just the other leg, back up. And then you turn the foot facing forward and bring that forward. And up. The other one, down. And then you do a little twist from the hips. Okay, which is your Prasva Savasana. So those are people who are understanding what you're doing. The rest of you, you haven't done. So I've got Pam, Chris, if you don't want to go up into your head balance, I think you're fine to go in your head balance. But anybody else, we're going to go into our dolphin. So your dolphin, we're just going to take our head above the floor, not on the floor. You're going to make sure it's off the floor, and I'm going to demonstrate. So make sure that my elbows are directly underneath my shoulders. My hands are parallel to one another. Hands are flat. I work into a down dog position. And make sure you're not here. I'll push the shoulders back as much as I can. Try and walk the feet as close as you can to the face. And then lifting up one leg at a time. Make sure the head is up so you're looking down at the floor. Pushing back all the time, holding it there, and breathing into it. You're going to do both sides. And when it gets too tiring, you walk back, toes together, knees apart, release, and then try again. So those are the options. So Pam, you're going to work into that. Just looking at everybody else. Beautiful. Everyone's looking fantastic. Don't rush your movements when your legs are up at the seat at above your head. Make sure they're nice and slow. When you're doing your twists, you're working slowly with the twist. And we're working to just one with Savasana. I'll do it this way. I'm just doing the whole movement I've explained, but very quickly. All right. Awesome time, and then you can slowly start to come back down. Lovely. So once you're down, just make sure you relax a little bit. Before you stand up, really come to the top of the mat. So everybody up, top of the mat. We're just going to work into 4 rounds of sun salutations. Just to warm up the body in case you're not warm yet. All right, so feet together. We're going to start off easy and then progressively get a little bit harder. So inhale, lift up nice and tall, big stretch. Exhale, swan dive, hands front, hands side. Inhale, right leg steps back, left leg steps back. And for the first round, we should drop our knees. Then do a baby push-up, so some girls push-up. Over the toes, lift up, Urdhva Mukha, upwards facing dog. Tuck the toes under, into a down dog, stretch out. Right foot steps forward. Left foot steps forward. Head down, hands to prayer. Up we go. Big stretch. Let's do the left side, coming down. Hands front, hands side. Inhale. Left back, right back. Welcome to drop knees. Elbows, and up you come. Tuck toes, into your down dog, stretch out. Left foot steps forward. Right foot steps forward, hands to prayer, up we go. Now we're going to do it with a proper Chaturanga, or you drop your knees again, up to you. Hands front, hands side, inhale. Right steps back, left steps back. You can drop your knees, otherwise Chaturanga, or Dhamaka up, into a down dog, stretch out. Right foot forward, left foot forward, hands to prayer, up we go. Okay, let's do the left side, hands front, hands side, inhale. Left step back, right step back. Chaturanga, Urdhva up, into a down dog. Left forward, if you can't get it forward, help that leg come forward. Right forward, prayer, up we go. We're going to do one jumping round to see how you do. Hands front, hands side. Jumping back or step back with your right. Chaturanga, Urdhva up, into down dog. Jump forward or step forward right. Hands pray. Up we go. And slowly coming down. And head falling out. Let's step, jump back left if you want to. Chaturanga, Urdhva up, into a down dog. Step forward left or jump both. Hands to pray. Up we go. This round we do a double push-up. Hands front, hands side, inhale. Jumping back. And let's go down. Up, you can have your knees down. Tuck toes, back down, and push up. Nice. Jump forward, step forward. Hands to pray. Stretching. Let's do the left side. Hands front, hands side, inhale. Jumping back. Down we go. Up you come. Tuck toes, back down, push up, and jumping forward. Pray, up we go, hands to heart. All right, let's get started. So if you've got 2 blocks, you take both blocks back at the mat. If you only got one, it's going to be on the right side, or just use whatever you've got. All right, we're going to stand in the center of the mat. Inner leg distance, jumping out. All right. Taking the arms to your fingertips, have a good stretch. And let's take our right foot to 90. Left foot into 60. Hips drawn back to the front. Extend and stretch over towards the right. 4. And down. You can use your block here. Look down, chin along chest, and look up to your left hand. So if you close your left eye, you'll see your left thumb. And hold and breathe. Make sure that you're in a nice straight line, so that you're not leaning forward or back, you're open. Don't round the back, drop it down a little bit. And hold and breathe. Very nice. And let's slowly utilizing the core and the thighs up you come. Both feet facing forward, left foot to 90, right foot into 60, hips square to the front. Extend over to the left side, hand coming down. Use your block if you need. Looking down, chin along chest. Look up, close your right eye, you'll see your right thumb. And you know you're nicely lined up. So this pose works great on your balance, on your poise, and mostly on your lungs. So you open up the lungs a lot more than you normally do. So great for asthma sufferers. Great for this time in COVID to open up a little bit more there. Just breathe. Lovely. Up you come. Both feet facing forward. So we're going to do exactly the same pose, but twisted. So Parvarita Konasana. So you're going to take your right foot to 90. You swing your body around onto the toes of the left and place down. If that's too far for you, you can step forward, but look at the back foot, you must be facing forward. So I want the hips nice and straight. So don't be open, pull them straight. You might have to pull back slightly with the right hip and forward with the left. All right, arms are out. Now you'll take your right hand, place it onto the sacrum, left arm up to the ceiling. Lift up, open up the chest. Make sure you are comfortable here. So you've got your balance. The balance is in the back heel. Tighten it in the thighs. Extend forward as far as you can go. Stretch. Hold there. Now taking your left hand onto your block. You can turn the block up, down, wherever you want it. Now feel your hips. So I want you to work with the hips, making sure that you're pushing forward with the left hip, right hip's going back. So you get a nice straight. Feel your buttocks. Feel your tailbone that is straight. Now I'm going to stack the shoulders. So taking your left shoulder under, right shoulder on top, twist completely. If this is enough for you, you say, oh, this is enough, I can go here, and that's it. You stay there. If you can go the full Monty, you're looking up, and you lift up that right hand. Hold and breathe. So you feel the nice internal organs are getting a massage. To come out, you're going to take back your right hand, left arm comes up, all the way to face the front. Let's work to the other side. Left foot to 90. Turn the whole body around, toes to the right, and heel down. Get the hips square. Stretch it out. Get the hips feeding right. Okay, once you're in a nice position, we're going to now take the left hand onto the sacrum. Right arm up to the ceiling. Lift up, hips square. Inhale. Exhale forward, as far forward as you can go. Now taking your right hand, place it onto your block or to the floor, wherever you need to go. Get it stable. Feel the hips again. Find your balance with the hips if they're nice and straight. Find once you've got correct poise, then let's start to rotate shoulders. Push underneath with that right shoulder. Left shoulder lifts on top. Try and get them right above one another. Look up. Once you're comfortable, let's lift up the left hand. Look up. Hold it and breathe. Nice deep breathing here. So to come out, you're going to take back your left hand, right arm comes up to come facing forward. Beautiful. Very nice. So the next pose you're working into is our half moon, which is Ardha Chandrasana. You can move your blocks to the edges of the mat. Even if you're not going to use them, they can be there, you'll just push them out the way. Stretch those arms back up. We start in Octavista Konasana, which is the first pose we did. So you take your right foot out to 90, left foot into 60, and your hips square to the front. Extend over to the right, slowly coming down. Now bend your right knee. Stretch forward for your block. If you're not using a block, you just move it out the way. Step closer with the left. And now we want to lift up that left foot. Open the shoulders. Become heavy in that left foot. Look up if you can. And try and get light into the fingertips. You want to be able to just hold it there. So use the core. Tighten it in the thighs. Hold it and breathe. Feel like you're now flat on the back. If you're against the wall, you'll be flat against the wall. Nice deep breathing. Hold it. And we work back into our half, into an Untitled Konasana, so our triangle. So you step down, you bring your hand back into Untitled Konasana. And up you come. So let's work to the other side. Both feet facing forward. Turning out the left foot. Right foot into 60. Hips square to the front. Extending over towards the left. Hand coming down. Nice. Bending your left knee. Stretching forward for that block. Move it out the way if you don't want it. Step closer. Then flex into your right heel. Push it up. Flex. Get some height there. Tighten the core. Get a little lift. If you've got good balance, you can always look up. Hold it. And just breathe here. Try and get light into that hand, like this. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Come back into Untitled Konasana, sorry. And up you come. Beautiful. Both feet facing forward. From here, we're going to work into Padvottanasana. So you take your hands and you either place it into prayer position behind the back. If you can't work into prayer, you're just going to hold your elbows or your hands, whichever one you can get to. Okay, but legs are still out. So once your hands are up, we're going to turn out our right foot to 90. Come onto the toes of the left and do exactly that turn we did earlier. Hips must be square, so feel the squaring you need to do. If it's too far for you, bring that foot closer. Whatever it is, both legs are straight. Shoulders are back, open the chest. Tighten the core and extend forward. Make sure you're not using your lumbar spine to use the hips. Make sure you've got some balance. Stretching the hamstrings, working with the waist, and you'll feel a nice stretching to the shoulders. So coming back to the internal energy I was talking about at the beginning of the class, I want you to feel the internal energy coming from within your pelvic area and stretching down each leg, up the torso, the back, and down the buttocks area. Now slowly you'll start to turn to face me, right to the back, the front of the room, or side of the mat where you were, how you began. And up you come. Beautiful. We're going to do the other side, and I need you to change, if you weren't in Namaste hands, change the cross of your holding behind your back. Okay. So let's turn out with our left foot onto the toes of the right. Make sure you're perfectly straight. If you look at that back foot, it must be parallel to the front, not something to the side, or it feels like you are actually, what's it called? What's it, crow feet, whatever that's called here, something like that. I'm sure someone will tell me. Shoulders back and down. Tighten the thighs, and let's lengthen forward. Work it forward. Go to your maximum. Keep breathing. So as you inhale, you lift. As you exhale, you work down. Wonderful. Slowly, let's turn to the front. Back to the center, parallel with the mat. And up you come. Release your shoulders. Release those hands. Relax the shoulders one way and relax the other way. Okay, so we're all going to grab hold of a strap. So find some kind of strap that you can use. And let's do a little bit of balancing. Another balancing act. Octavista Konasana. If you have really bad balance, okay, it happens. You can go back to a wall and you can maybe just lean onto the wall slightly, okay, because that will help with you falling over. Otherwise, give it a try and just see how you do in the center. So we start in Savasana. toes together, heels apart. You're going to lift up your right foot. You take a strap, you place it around that foot. Hold it to the inside with your right hand. Left hand onto your waist. Lift up tall. So you want to feel that lifting up. You want to straighten that leg. And from there, we're going to start to straighten the leg in front of you. Flex into that foot and straighten out. Nice, very nice, everybody. From there, we'll work open to the side. So you're going to open up and lengthen. Focus on your breath. Stretch it out. Beautiful. Okay, let's see how you do to come back to the center. Same thing. Back to the center. Here comes the fun part. So I want you to keep your leg up there. Let go of the belt. Take the arms up. For 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. Go. Let's do the other side. Okay. Take hold of the strap. Place around the left foot. Bring it in. Left hand holding you on the inside of the leg. Right hand on the side. Lifting up nice and tall. Get your breath. And let's start to straighten out. Get the hips nice and square. So obviously some people can hold, I can hold my foot, so you can be holding your foot, you just want to get the shoulders square too. Very important that the shoulders are square. All right, slowly we're going to go open to the side. Opening up. Keep that breath going. Lovely. Hold it. Just a little bit of focus you need. And back to the front. Okay, get that balance nicely. Lift up the arms for 3, 2, 1. Place down. Wonderful. Open the legs wide. Wide, wide legs. Outer leg distance. You take your hands down directly underneath your shoulders. Make sure that your buttocks is in line. You're not pushing forward. Your buttocks is slightly back. Hands directly underneath the shoulders. So maybe this is enough for you, you can't go any further, or you might need blocks. That's where you stay. If you can, you walk your hands back in a perfect line. Heel of the hands in line with the heel of the feet. And then you can bend the elbows in line and drop the head. Try and work into a nice square, or square, fold, but flattening the back. So flatten out the back and just breathe. Feel the rotation in the hips. And slowly let's walk it back out, hands directly underneath the shoulders. Heel toe your feet in, and we come sitting back into Uttanasana Konasana that we started in on the floor. So from here, I want you to have a block close by. All right, hold to those feet, so that is nice and tall as you can. Just stretch into it. You're going to grab hold your block, and you'll place your block into the center between the feet. Hold into the ankles, sit tall, and let's lift the knees up and place them down. And again, up and down. Let's go do it with the breath. So inhale up and exhale down. Nice. Open a little wider, drop your block or your book, whatever you're using. Okay, let's inhale, lift, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Once again, inhale up and exhale down. Now for the big one, we'll turn the block sideways, place the feet on either side. You're welcome to close your eyes for this because I want you to really get in the zone and imagining your knees to your ears. So close eyes, knees all the way to the ears, bring them up as you inhale. And as you exhale, allow them to go all the way down to the floor. You don't have to be going that far, but imagine it. And inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale all the way down. Lovely. Let's remove the block. Place the feet back together, hold up to the feet, and just see how it feels. So compared to when we started, it might feel a little bit more, a little bit harder, but you actually are getting further. So we're going to take those oranges that we had and we're going to walk them out in front of you. So stretch out. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen. And let's walk over to the right side, keeping the knees down. Slowly walking back to the center. And over to the left side. And back to the center, lovely. Walking up, hands behind you, sit up tall. This time when you sit up tall, I want you to open up your legs wide. So open as wide as you can and then push yourself forward slightly. So you're pushing into the heels, you're pushing yourself forward as much as you can. You actually want to rotate your thighs slightly, inwards and back, and get yourself nicely sitting onto your anal mouth. I love that word, it's too funny. But yes, that's exactly what you want to do, sit in your anal mouth. It's too terrible. All right. So we're going to work into Octavista Konasana, which is our wide-angled legs, as you can see. You may need your strap, so have your strap close by. So sit up nice and tall. I want you to take your left hand in front, right hand behind. Sit up straight, make sure you're sitting down into the hips, and we're going to twist over towards the right. Using your little padding, your oranges, we're going to walk forward as much as you can. Then if you need your strap, you're going to place your strap around to hold. Then I want you to focus on shoulders are equal. If you've got a great forward bend, you can clasp the hands together, twist them round, and work forward, like so. But keeping the shoulders nice and square. As you're doing that, I want you to focus on pushing down the left hip. Okay, hold it there for a little bit. And breathe. Think about the internal energy that we are working and accumulating into your body. As it's working straight from all the angles from the sciatic. This is a great sciatic stretch as it works into the body. And it stimulates, activates, and tones your abdominal muscles. And then slowly, fingers on either side, up we come. Inhale out nicely upwards. Exhale, we twist. Doing the same thing to the other side. So twist as much as you can with the body. And then start to work ourselves down. If you need your belt, got your belt, placing around there. And you're going to start to extend yourself forward. Watching your right hip is down. Keep the right hip down. Okay. Those you can, you take your hands, you extend. Watch the shoulders and you stretch. One side much easier than the other side. This is my much easier side than the other one. You'll always find one side much easier than the other. Just hold and breathe. If it's much easier, you flex your feet, you have to do more with those hips. You have to lengthen more with the spine. Flex the back, roll the shoulders back, extend, toes to the nose. So there's lots of work. You can always be active all the time in all the poses. And slowly, hands down, let's come all the way up. Facing forward. Now for the big one, we're going to go forward. So if you have a very long strap or you have short legs, you're fine. Then you can work like that. Otherwise, you can always just walk your hands forward. Ideally, the idea is to get onto your elbows because it gives you a slight arch into the back. So you can always take your block and you can work onto a block. You want to get a slight curvature in the back to accentuate the hips pushing out. So you're twerking with the buttocks, in other words. Get as far down as you can, stretch and lengthen. So even when I'm here, I can still work. It's very easy just to relax, but I can still keep pushing into the toes, the heels, pushing out the energy, extending, trying to see how I can do a little bit more work into it. Find something. All right, hands underneath, let's draw ourselves up. Help those knees. Let's straighten out the legs in front of you. Okay, so we're going to work into YogaJo 1. A warning for this pose, it's not for people who have any prolapsed organs. So if you've got a prolapsed organ, you'll know what I'm talking about. Don't even consider doing this pose. You're welcome to just keep going forward into the forward bend, into Konasana, like so. The rest of you, we're going to work into it. You can take a strap and you'll place it behind you. Just hang it out behind you. I'm going to take your right foot and you're going to bring it up as high as you can. So really bring it up so it sits up nice and tall. When you do that, you'll find your buttocks lift up a little bit off the floor. Don't over-accentuate that lift. Just know that there is a little bit of a lift. Bring your hands into prayer to the center. And then we're going to push ourselves forward. So as you push yourself forward, push that knee into hugging your chest. So get it right in. Now lengthen through the spine. Everything's about creating space here. So create the space and push. My foot is flexed. And then I'm going to slowly open my arms like I'm swimming, keeping the shoulder square. Taking my arms back around that knee. If you can hold your hand, you hold the hand, you try and straighten the arms. If you can't, you hold onto your strap. So I'll just show you from the side. So here I am going around that knee, my arms behind, stretching into it, lengthening into it. If I can't hold, I'll grab hold of the strap, and then I'll push arms and legs back. Working from the other side, just so you can see both sides. Okay. Keep squashing knee in. Keep trying to keep that buttock slightly down and stretch. Make space with the body, so stretch it out. So it's intense energy coming out from inside there. And it slowly starts to release. Beautiful. Straighten out the right leg and then start to go to the left leg. So this is great because it stretches the shoulders, the back and the hamstrings as well as the hips. And it's also great, a great posture for runners, believe it or not. Because especially with working with the back and what runners tend to do. So let's take up the left leg, hands into prayer, into the center. Stretch yourself forward. Have a nice big swim. Arms behind, grab hold of that strap, flex your right front foot, lengthen through the spine, create some space there as much as you can. Try and get your shoulders, very important, look at your shoulders that they're nice and straight on either side, and lengthen. Keep breathing, very important that you breathe. So you'll feel everything creating like a big ball of fire. So when we release, you'll feel how the energy flows through the body. Hold it. And it slowly release. That will go. Okay, legs out in front of you. The next one we're going to work into is my last one, Ardha Baddha Pada Konasana. So have your strap. You take your right foot and you place it into a half lotus, into Ardha Konasana. So your knees down, your foot is up here as much as you can get it. Then you take your strap. If you have a proper strap, you'll put a little loop and you'll place it around your left foot and it's over to the side. If you don't have that, hopefully you got a long enough strap just to place it there and take it to the side here. Okay, to the side. My foot's to this up. Then from there, you take your right hand, you'll make your shoulders this way, right hand all the way around, and you're gonna hold your strap here. Some of you can hold your foot, but your shoulders must be the same distance. My shoulder's the same, then I'm holding the foot. If you can't do that, you're just holding onto that strap. All right. Make sure his knee is down. Let's lift up the left arm, flex the left leg, and extend forward, watching the shoulders are nice and straight. You should feel it even pushing into your belly as you extend forward, nice flattening the back, stretching into the pose. So this is great because it actually starts to work into the joints of the knee and the hip and the shoulders. It stretches your back. All the muscles in your back, it increases the blood circulation to the spinal nerves, and it stretches and tones the hamstrings and the calf muscles. And slowly making your way up all the way. Straightening out that right leg. Strap off. You can take it to the left side, and let's take our left foot, place it up. So either you place around your left foot, you bring that strap around. Left arm goes around, hold onto your foot or hold onto that strap, wherever you can get to. Bring that shoulders, the shoulders are nice and square. Flexing your right foot. Lift up the right arm. Inhale, exhale, let's go forward. Work it forward, stretch. Focus on the breath. So this pose anyone can really do. You just got to try and work into it. It's quite tough. It takes a little bit of time, but it's a fantastic pose. Also helps a lot with your nauseous. You're feeling a bit nauseous because of the squashing of the belly and the lengthening forward. Remember, forward bends help you to calm and soothe the mind. So all what we are doing now is really relaxing into these poses. And slowly up you come. All right. Straighten out the legs in front of you. If you need your strap, you're going to a normal forward bend. So flexing the feet, you can place your strap around you if you need your strap. Inhale, lift up tall, big stretch, and exhale. Take and hold the strap. Try and keep the elbows up. Lengthen forward. So if I was a bag, I always explain this. If I was a bag and here was the zip, I want to zip the bag closed. So I zip from my hips, zip, 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 zip all the way here. I'm not round, that there's all this space inside to try to get there. So that's not the idea of it. The idea is if you up here, you can just go that much forward. It is a zip starting. It's 10 times better than doing this. So you want to really accentuate forward. You want to try and push out the buttocks, and you want to open up the chest and working forward. That's what you're trying to get. Okay. And then slowly up you come. Working to Konasana. Option, if your back is sore, please bend your knees. If not, legs straight. And we'll lift ourselves up. Lift those hips. And slowly coming down. So as I said at the start of the class, I need you to try and organize some blankets or towels so you can work into a shoulder balance. I've got foams. If you've got foams, that's a big bonus. I'm going to show you variations of how to do it. So more of the advanced people will know exactly how to use the foams. The less advanced, I'm going to give you some options here. So less advanced, you're going to go to the wall. I bought a chair, so I can actually show you working with the chair, but I'll work away from that now. I'm just going to show you at the wall. An easy way of doing it is, let's say this is your blankets, okay? You would take your buttocks to the wall, and you try and get your shoulders. The reason we have the blankets is to protect your occipital bone, which is this bone sticks out here. We just want to protect it that it doesn't squash onto the floor. So I'm going to put my bum up against the wall, and then I'm going to get my head on the floor. So I've got it kind of like a drop. So I've got my shoulders are lifted, but my head is down, if that makes sense. Legs up. Then I'm going to place my hands there, feet there, and I'm going to start to lift. Place my hands behind me, try and work the elbows right in, and then take the legs up. So this is how you can start to work against the wall. This is perfectly good enough. I'm very happy if you can do this and work here. If you can work into the middle of the room, more advanced, and the advanced people I'm sure are already going ahead. The advanced is to work to get everything straight. It's a lot of work. It's a very advanced pose if you do it properly. So advanced, you work into Halasana to begin with. My head's on the floor, my legs are over. I clasp my hands, you can always put straps around the arms, and then my hands behind the back. Look how straight I want my body, is as straight as I possibly can get. So I keep pushing my hands down and my elbows in. And you just pray you can breathe here. So it's your shoulder balance, which is your feminine feminine inversion. You flex into your heels, you hold it here, and you breathe. For the more advanced people, once you've waited for at least a minute here, you can do what you did earlier in Savasana, like your Konasana, your legs out to the side, with the wall there. Coming up. See if you can take one leg down at a time. It's very hard to focus on keeping that nice straight lengthening from your pubis to your sternum. Okay. So if you've just come, if you're at the wall, you can also play there a little bit, just by moving the legs up and down. But try and get yourself as straight as possible. And just hold the pose. We're going to hold it here for another minute, please. So the great benefits of these poses, they work into glandular system. They help a lot with sleeping, your digestion, and they help to calm the mind, clear the mind. So if you can't sleep at night, this is a great pose to go into. From there, you're going to slowly work into Halasana. So Halasana is taking both legs over, controlled, keeping everything in line. If you can, take your feet to the floor, stretch those arms out, have a good stretch here. And then slowly, you can take hold of your mat on either side. Allow yourself to come down without rolling. So you just allow the legs and everything to come down. And we are working to our relief posture. It's called Untitled Chapter. So you remove your supports out of the way. You come onto your elbows. Then you push your elbows towards your hips. And you work your head up and work onto the crown of the head. Very important, onto the crown. Lift the arms, and if you're feeling strong, you lift the legs too. Kind of like a little bridge I've made. It opens up the thyroid gland. And then placing that down, elbows down, relax the head. And bring knees to the chest. Give them a nice hug. So check my time. It's done. All right, let's go into a nice happy baby. So you hold here to get the back flat into the floor. You hold behind the knees, please do. And then just have a nice stretch. Whatever direction you want to stretch, stretch out. I'm going to get ready for relaxation. So make sure you put some warm clothes on, a blanket. And then you sort of lie yourself down, allowing both legs, one leg to the right corner of the mat, one leg to the left corner, feet falling out on either side, palms falling out on either side, and just close your eyes in Savasana, which is our corpse pose, and just surrender. Okay. And slowly start to wiggle your toes. Rub your thumbs over your fingertips. Turn your head from side to side. Take your arms and stretch them over your head. Have a good yawn and have a good stretch. Slowly bring your knees to your chest. And roll over
to your side with your head cradled in your arm.
Your energy is worth more than any material matter. Your energy is your currency in the world and in the universe. The greatest gift you give to another is your thoughts, intentions, and energetic love. So use your energy to bless one another. And slowly come to a seated position. May there be peace to the north, peace to the south, peace to the east, peace to the west, peace above, peace below, peace within and peace without, and most importantly, peace with you and your family. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.